Tariffs. It's 90 days. We're going to have 90 deals in 90 days. Then there's a 90-day pause. Many of these tariffs, as they say, punishing. Tariffs on things that make no sense whatsoever. Where are we going to go with the remaining deals? I know of one deal that has been apparently resolved with the United Kingdom. We got 89 more deals to do in just a few more days. Where are we on those deals?
We are in the midst of negotiations with dozens and dozens of countries. We could sign deals, but they're only going to get better as we negotiate them.
That's just simply not true. Because as I told you, the American—
Actually, I promise you it's true because I am doing it. So I promise you it is true, and I'm here testifying in front of you, and I promise you it's true.
And Mr. Trump promised to bring down the cost of goods day one. And what he has done through his trade deficit fixation and his tariff chaos has nakedly increased the cost of goods.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and have you ever seen something so stupid, so staggeringly boneheaded, that your brain just hits the brakes and goes, hold up, did they really just say that? This wasn't a TikTok skit. This wasn't parody. This was real life, and it was absolutely tough to watch.
The estimates are that for consumers in my area, suburban Philadelphia, $2,000 at least a year increases on goods. I'll give you an example of one. Bananas. What's the tariff on bananas? Americans, by the way, love bananas. We buy billions of them a year. I love bananas. What's the tariff on bananas?
The tariff on bananas would be representative of the countries that produce them.
And what's that tariff?
Generally 10%.
Correct, 10%. Walmart has already increased the cost of bananas by 8%.
But as countries do deals with us, that will go to zero. As countries do deals with us, that will go to zero.
But the cost is on the American consumer now and on the businesses with the confusion now. Mr. Secretary, I believe you know better. I believe you recognize that a trade deficit is not something to fear. I believe you know that predictability, stability is essential for businesses. I wish you would show that truth to this administration.
Representative Madeleine Dean, who has the energy of a mom who just found out you microwaved a fork, absolutely dismantled Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, live and on the record, and turned him into a banana pudding with one shot. Now, if Lutnick had any sense of shame, he would have peeled out and split. But instead, he sat there and just kept talking nonsense.
There's no uncertainty. If you build in America and you produce your product in America, there will be no tariff.
We can't produce bananas in America.
The concept of building in America and paying no tariff is very, very clear.
We cannot build bananas in America.
We cannot build bananas in America. Boom. Fantasy collapsed. House of Cards blown off the table. You could see the glitch in Lutnick's matrix. The moment when he realized his smug, tight little TED Talk just got sucker punched by basic agricultural facts. He blinked like someone pulled his Wi-Fi. It was a public policy moment so humiliating you could practically hear the world's smallest violin playing in the background. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to grow bananas in Scranton? No. Well, neither has anyone else, because you can't. That should have been obvious, and yet here we are. This isn't just about one fruit. It's about the broader delusion these people are pushing. It's about the fantasy that everything can just be built in America without cost, compromise, or climate. It's a policy built on bumper stickers and sound bites, not on science, economics, or basic geography.
If Vietnam, for example, came to you tomorrow and said, okay, Mr. Secretary, you win. We're going to remove all tariffs and all trade barriers. Would the United States please do the same? Would you accept that deal?
Absolutely not. Okay. Absolutely not. That would be the silliest thing we could do.
What's the purpose of reciprocity then? Is reciprocity not one of your goals? Are you telling the president that we shouldn't seek reciprocity? If that's what you're telling him, why are you trying to do these trade deals?
What do we want? We want to encourage Vietnam to produce products they're great at producing.
But I want to get back to reciprocity. You just said you don't believe in you don't accept reciprocity as a goal. What are you negotiating in these trade deals?
Why would we open our bank account and their bank account. when
Why are
ours is
you
10 times bigger.
negotiating trade deals? You're trying to get other countries to lower their tariffs and trade barriers in return for us lowering ours. I think
That's true for the things that they'll take from us.
That's called reciprocity.
Of course.
So I want to be really precise here. I'm not trying to stupid shame anybody, especially not the only Secretary of Commerce that the United States of America has right now. And he might be really smart at other stuff, but he obviously doesn't know jack you know what about trade.
And Representative Dean, bless her, didn't just call it out. She tapped into something deeper. She exposed the entire sales pitch, one that tells the American people that pain is patriotic, that higher prices are just a phase, and that if we keep suffering, someday it might all be worth it. No, that's not fixing anything. That's breaking what was already working. There's a saying, you've heard it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But these clowns didn't just try to fix it. They took a sledgehammer to the economy. They're turning trade policy into a guessing game. And guess who's footing the bill? You, me, every working family that's paying more today because of bad faith policy wrapped in empty slogans. So let me ask again, what are we supposed to do now? Keep trusting the people who raised the prices and then told us to be grateful for it? Because that's the real message, right? They break it, we pay for it, and then they call it leadership. And just when you think Lutnick couldn't embarrass himself anymore, remember, this is the same guy who said his 94-year-old mother-in-law wouldn't be upset if she missed a Social Security payment. Said the only people who would care are the fraudsters. Like it's totally normal to just miss a check at that age. Like seniors around the country are just sitting there with a smile while they wait for their benefits to maybe show up eventually. That's not policy expertise. That's a guy who's been too rich too long to understand how the rest of us live. This is also the same guy who went on TV telling people to buy Tesla stock while families were trying to stretch paychecks to cover rent and groceries. Lutnick was out here hyping up Elon like it was a live stream influencer campaign. And if that wasn't detached enough, he added one more piece to the con, the suffering. That's right. He said that there would be a time of suffering, just like Elon Musk did when he told everyone that we're just in need to hurt just a little bit so that we can get better later. They always say that, don't they? The pain is the plan. Hold tight, tighten your belts, and someday the system will work for you. But it never does. While we're scraping by, they're cashing in. While our 401ks flatline and our grocery bills double, they're cutting backroom deals and calling it reform. And that brings us to the full picture. This whole mess isn't just about bananas or one clueless Commerce Secretary. It's about a government stacked with people who treat power like a podcast, who pass policy like it's performance art, and who think accountability is optional. These people aren't draining the swamp, they're monetizing it. It's not a chainsaw for bureaucracy, it's a stump grinder for decency, grinding everything to mulch, from facts to financial security. We're watching a hostile takeover of public service by hedge fund cronies, tech cultists, and TV personalities. You think it's just bananas? Walmart has already raised prices. Your groceries cost more. Your savings account is worth less. Your benefits are on the chopping block. And they're still out here acting like the pain is your patriotic duty. You want proof? Go to aisle 5. It's on the shelf right next to the $12 eggs and the ground beef that used to cost half that. You don't need a think tank. You need a damn receipt. Madeleine Dean didn't just ask the right question. She exposed the whole game. She showed what happens when someone finally puts the truth in the room and doesn't let the spin cycle drown it out. We need more of that, more of her, more grown-ups in the room. Because if we keep letting the rich and reckless run the show, we won't just lose our bananas, we're going to lose the whole store. You can't build bananas in America, but you can build a resistance. And we damn better well start now. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.